I want you to imagine you are an astronomer looking for new planets. The method is simple. You stare at a star and you wait for it to blink. If a planet passes in front of the star, the light dips by maybe 1%. It is a tiny, rhythmic wink. Tick, tick, tick. But in 2015, an astronomer named Tabitha Boyajian was looking at a star called KIC 84628552, and she saw something that defied logic. The star didn't just blink, it dimmed massively. At one point, the light dropped by 15%. Later, it dropped by 22%. To give you a sense of scale, if Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, passed in front of the Sun, it would only block 1% of the light. Whatever was blocking Tabby's star was not a planet. It was monster. It had to be something thousands of times wider than the Earth. And it wasn't round. The shape of the dip in the light curve was irregular and jagged. It wasn't a clean circle. It was a mess. Even stranger, the dimming didn't happen on a regular schedule. It was chaotic. Sometimes it happened once a week. Sometimes it didn't happen for years. Astronomers call this the WTF star. Where's the flux? They tried to find a natural explanation. Was it a cloud of dust? No, dust gives off infrared heat, and this object was cold. Was it a swarm of comets? Calculations showed you would need 648,000 giant comets lined up perfectly to create that shadow. That is statistically impossible. They ran out of natural explanations, and that left only one other option, one that scientists are usually terrified to say out loud. Maybe it wasn't natural, maybe it was built. The theory that shook the world came from Jason Wright, an astronomer at Penn State. He suggested that the irregular shadow looked exactly like what we would expect from a Dyson Swarm. A Dyson sphere is a theoretical megastructure built by a Type II civilization. An advanced alien species would need massive amounts of energy. So they would launch billions of solar panels, habitats, and mirrors to orbit their star. Eventually, these satellites would form a dense cloud, a swarm, that surrounds the star like a shell. If the swarm was under construction, it would look incomplete. It would have gaps. It would be asymmetrical. As these massive, half-built continents of metal drifted in front of the star, they would cast giant, irregular shadows, exactly like the ones we saw at Tabby's star. The world went crazy. SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, pointed their radio telescopes at the star, listening for signals. They heard nothing, but the mystery deepened. Old photographic plates from the 1890s showed that Tabby's star has been getting dimmer overall for the last century. This suggests the structure is growing. The aliens are adding more panels. They are slowly closing the sphere. Now, to be fair, recent studies suggest it might just be uneven dust. But even the dust theory has holes. The dust would have to be incredibly fine, and it would have to be replenished constantly. Tabby's star remains the biggest anomaly in the sky. It forces us to ask, if we looked at the night sky and saw a star wink out of existence, would we assume it died? Or would we assume someone turned off the lights? We are looking for radio signals, but maybe we should be looking for construction sites. I am your host. Watch the shadows. Subscribe.